It's 11 a.m. in Marion, Indiana, 8 a.m. in Klamath Falls, Oregon, and wherever you are, near or far, welcome to Indiana Wesleyan University for the final of the NAIA softball opening round here in the Marion bracket. The top-seeded Oregon Tech Hustling Owls last won a World Series in 2011, but the Owls have struggled to get out of the opening round, I should say. This is the 5th consecutive year, and they're looking to break the streak. They've been here those 5 years. They haven't got out the last 4. Indiana Wesleyan has not won a World Series title, but they've been to the World Series each of the last 2. And to get back, they're going to have to beat Oregon Tech twice. The Owls just need to win this one. And you see we are underway alongside our entire WIWU TV crew and analyst Janae Gibson. I'm Jonathan Mathis, and we're happy to have you with us. The final day of the opening round. We've been here for 3 of them. And we've got a 2-1 count to Indiana Wesleyan's Trinity Medina. For the 3rd game in a row, even though Indiana Wesleyan is at home, they are the away team on the scoreboard due to them being the underseeded team. They're number 2 to Oregon Tech's number 1. This is on the outside. Janae, what are some of your key points? What are you looking forward to? What do both teams need to do today to come out on top?
I think it's going to come down to pitching. These are 2 really good hitting teams, and Ridge for the Wildcats, I think she needs to really focus on hitting her corners, hitting her spots, because we've seen throughout this tournament, Oregon Tech can really let loose and unravel on some of the in the box. And they did that a little bit against Ridge, and she was taken out early the first time they faced each other. So I think for her, it's just hitting her spots and having command.
Trinity Medina will begin this game as she's done the last 2 games with walks. I'll bring up the center fielder, senior from Pendleton, Indiana, Kira Madel. She's followed by Miranda Worley, Addie Benham, Mackenzie Brown, Rebecca Schrad, Victoria Boyer, Sydney Williams, and Aubrey Eckert for the Wildcats. Showing bunt, pulling back, taking the strike is Madel. Delivering that strike is Sarah Abramson. Sarah has been the star of this tournament. She's pitched in 14 innings. She's 2-0. She's given up 10 hits, which isn't that bad compared to the 20 strikeouts she's delivered. She's given up 1 earned, and you add that up, her ERA for the opening round is 0.50. Madel keeps battling. Defensively for Oregon Tech, behind the plate, J.C. Conklin, sophomore from Roseburg, Oregon. Across the diamond, at first, Dre Sotelo, senior from El Centro, California. Second base, Kiana Brown, senior from Redmond, Oregon. At short, Sierra Barkas, a senior from Graham, Washington. At third, McKenna Armentrout, sophomore from Klamath Falls, Oregon. Across the outfield and left, at the left lane, sophomore from Medford, Oregon. This ball pops straight up, Conklin under it, and there isn't the out. It's another foul ball. In center field, freshman from Newburgh, Oregon, Maddie DeVerna, and in right field, a senior from Waiha, Hawaii, number 4, Shayna Ige. Here's the 1-2. That's drifting foul, but under it is left lane. And 1 out recorded here in the top of the 1st. Very patient approach from the Wildcats so far.
And I think that's a good approach to have. Medina starting off, didn't chase anything, didn't get too anxious, walked, and then right there, Madel, I thought it was a good approach as well. Attacking the good pitches.
Strike on the outside corner to Miranda Worley. Miranda, the power hitter for Indiana Wesleyan. She hit her 16th home run of the year yesterday. It was decisive. This ball high and advancing is Medina on the wild pitch. It wasn't a game-winning home run by any stretch, but it did give Indiana Wesleyan a 4-run lead over Central Baptist late in the game, top of the 7th. She leads the Wildcats in home runs and RBIs. This one's skied, right side, Sotelo. 2 outs. The weather for today is about as good as it gets here in mid-May. It's 65 degrees, mostly, well, under mostly blue skies. Besides a slight breeze, there's no wind. And the best news, 0 chance of rain. Weather won't be a factor in deciding this one, as Addie Benham will step in. Addie has struggled at the plate in this opening round. She fouls one back towards us. 0 for 10 with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. She's much better on the mound. She got the win yesterday. She's 2-0 in the tournament. The 2.75 ERA. Fouled right side.
And Jonathan, you just said it there, as you may note, Burnham, she's gone 0 for 10 for the tournament. I think we see that IWU is a good hitting team, and that's just something that they've struggled to put together, stringing those hits together to manufacture some big runs. So I think that's also going to be a key today for the Wildcats, hoping to get a victory.
Yeah, Wesleyan has also stranded 7 runners per game. On average, McKenna Armentrout calls for it and makes the out, and that is the end of the top of the first. We're going to the bottom, no score yet, but up comes the Hustlin' Owls of Oregon Tech on WIWU TV.
Everyone deserves a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Todos. Decent shelter is something we all need to thrive. When a future homeowner partners with Habitat for Humanity to build or improve a home,
Build.
they build a better future for themselves and their families.
For my family.
For my family.
For my family.
Para mi familia.
Your support empowers a family to help themselves.
Help.
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 Assisté.
Your support helps another family in your community or around the world achieve strength, stability, self-reliance.
Strength.
Strength.
Fuerza.
With a little help, we all have the potential to stand on our own.
Potential.
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 Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's the view from the field, above the field, looking down on it. 0-0 is our score. Hi, I'm Jonathan. This is Janae. We're happy to have you with us for this, our final day. We don't know if it's the final game yet because it's double elimination. So if Oregon Tech wins, this is the final game. If Indiana Wesleyan wins, we're playing another one.
Game 2. And I think that's the hope for the Wildcats at this point. And we talked about it. It's Coach Babb said it's one game at a time, and I think that's the approach Wildcats here. It's not end-all, be-all, but they're kind of playing with a little edge that this could be the last one.
They need to play with the edge. This Oregon Tech team is really dangerous. Although we talked about, alluded to it, Indiana Wesleyan strong offense, Oregon Tech strong offense, but we haven't really seen Oregon Tech put up gigantic runs yet. They've scored they've won both their games 4-1. It's really been their defense and pitching so far. First pitch swinging by Kiana Brown, and that clears the offense off the wall. A stand-up double to lead off the Oregon Tech first for Kiana Brown. I'll bring up the local girl, McKenna Armentrout. Klamath Falls, Oregon, playing third base. The batting order for Oregon Tech. We already saw what Kiana Brown can do. Looks like this, actually. And McKenna Armentrout, who's digging in now. Allie Graham, who was fantastic yesterday against Indiana Wesleyan. Dre Sotelo, Sierra Barkis, Maddie DeVerna, Shayna Ige, and JC Conklin. Batting ninth, it's Olivia Lethling. season. McKenna's had a wonderful sophomore year. Tries to lay down the bunt, takes a strike. Batting .376 with 65 hits, 2 homers, and 37 RBIs. Numbers I wish I put up my sophomore year. There's a strike from Mackenzie Ridge. She is on the mound and on the year. Mackenzie has a .304 ERA. She's 26-10 with 104 strikeouts. Opponents batting .271 against her. A dribbler easily played by Mackenzie Brown and one away. Kiana Brown, no relation, has advanced to third on the play.
That right there was a nice at bat by Armin Trout. She missed the bunt opportunity to advance her Brown to third, but I mean, it's as good as it could get as a bunt, hitting that towards first base, being able to advance the runner.
Allie Graham had herself a day yesterday. When the game against Indiana Tech, she was 3 for 3 with an RBI. Behind 0-2 here. What was interesting was all the damage, the 4 runs accumulated by Oregon Tech, none by extra base hits. It was all singles and then runners taking the extra bag. So missing outside by Ridge. In the opening round, Mackenzie Ridge has not been at her best. She's pitched 9 1/3. She's 0-1 record-wise. She's given 14 hits, 17 earned, ERA of 5.38. Struck out 2 while walking 1. Almost goes without saying, but we're going to say it anyway, that Indiana Wesleyan needs her today. Golf towards third, and 2 away.
Great pitch call there by the pitching staff. She'd been going hard and away, and then she comes back with inside off-speed pitch. Really is tough for a batter to recognize that as you're anticipating something hard coming at you again.
Aubrey Eckhart ready for that play. Here's Dre Sotelo. One of the really cool stories for Oregon Tech. Her ACL early last season. She was batting around 500. She's come back this year, all-conference player. And really a big addition to Oregon Tech at playing at first base. Playing a strong first base, swinging a big stick. She's hit 15 home runs. She hit 1 this tournament, batting .400.
That's what we need to see out of Ridge there, hitting her spots on those corners, in both inside and out.
Here's the 2-1. Check swing, ball high. In this opening round, Sotelo is 3 for 6. She got that home run, and the RBI with it, struck out once. And there's her first walk. Runners on the corners, 2 outs for Sierra Barkis. Several transfers. Dre Sotelo was one of them. Barkis batting .384. The second highest batting average on the team. Plays a Gold Glove shortstop, 68 hits, 4 homers, 49 RBIs. Looking for at least a 50th here.
Hit that way, Barky.
That's barely fouled on the third base line. It was zipped past Eckert. So you're 1 strike away from getting out of a first inning jam for Mackenzie Ridge. With Kiana Brown on third, Sotelo on first. Sierra Barkas at the plate. It's weakly hit. Tough play. Got her. We're going to the second, no score here on WIWU TV.
Where is America's premier agricultural theme park? It's a family-friendly gem, agritourism the way it should be. It's Fair Oaks Farms, where kids of all ages learn about 21st century farming while having fun. Where else can you get ice cream made with fresh from the cow milk, climb a 25-foot milk carton, or see a cute little piglet minutes after it's born? Utterly close to farming. That's honest-to-goodness Indiana. Start exploring at visitindiana.com/fairoaks.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above-knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Welcome back, everyone. Top of the second.
I have to say it, man, that last out, that was a saucy play by Shrad there. That got me excited.
Mackenzie Brown should be followed by Rebecca Shrad, who delivered the sauce on that play. Victoria Boyer is it was a tough play. Those slow rollers to short can be tricky. This one, not so much. McKenna Armentrout, it's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Rebecca Shrad. On the year, batting .356, 57 hits, 5 home runs, 31 RBIs for Rebecca. Takes a strike to begin this at-bat.
See if some of her sauciness can come out into this bat now.
Strike. Currently the sauce is being applied by Sarah Abramson. 20 strikeouts in this tournament, 10 in each game, including 10 Wildcats last time these two teams played. Now, if we gave out a Most Outstanding Player of the Tournament award, I think the candidate is right there on the mound with the lily flower in her hair. Victoria Boyer did not play in the first game of the opening round, but all she's done since is go 2 for 4 with a walk, strikeout. Kind of the back end of the lineup for Indiana Wesleyan. This is fouled off right by Steve Babinski, head coach for the Wildcats, who was about to mention. It's kind of had a little bit of a musical chairs in the outfield, moving players around, and Boyer played in a way where she can't not be on the field.
She really has. She's been productive in her time that she has, and as a senior, that's what you expect. You know, this is her last go around. She's going to give it all she has.
The 2 World Series. Wants to go to a third, and this will help through the gap into left field. Boyer's aboard with her 3rd hit of the tournament. First hit of the game for Indiana Wesleyan. Now Sydney Williams, the hero of the opening game of this tournament against Central Baptist, went extra innings. They haven't really had any duds. Here's a replay of this. Here's one of your ideal slap hits.
Right through that 3rd stop gap there.
We only play 7 of these. Went to the 8th. And Sydney Williams got just enough of it to deposit it over the Rawlings sign in center field, left center, for a walk-off home run. It's also one of the heroes in the Crossroads League tournament. Hit this one. That would have been right at my face, actually.
I have to get you a glove.
I'm ready. All right, 2-2, 2 outs. Sydney Williams, the left fielder from Morgantown, Indiana. And the count is full.
Anticipate, boy, she should be running here on this pitch because with full count, 2 outs, it's either going to be a walk, out, or a strikeout.
Or hit by pitch.
Close.
The unexpected result will now bring up Aubrey Eckert. We think. Or not. Coach Steve Babinski likes to do these little switcheroos. And here comes Sydney Lowe, sophomore from Brownsburg, Indiana. She's a Bulldog, Brownsburg High School. And 259 on the year, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs, 14 hits. Here's a replay of, ouch. Glancing blow. Actually, the glancing blows sometimes hurt. just nicks you. Strike on Low.
I like this substitution by Coach Babinski. Just trying to get, again, we talk about having runners in scoring position and having to capitalize on this. Opportunities, and Lowe is a great batter to have in there to capitalize.
She has been able to do that this season. 0 for 5 in the tournament, in the opening round. So you can either look at that where she's cold or she's due. As we get closer to it, if we get to that point, Sydney has walked 6 times this season. The 2-1, the 2-2. Fouled off. Let's try it again, shall we? Swing and a miss, and Abramson gets her second strikeout. No runs scored by Indiana Wesleyan. It's 0-0 going to the bottom of the second on IWU TV.
It's Kappa.
It's Kappa.
It's
There we go.
Kappa. Getting good.
It's faster than you think.
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
Maybe this is what I'm wired to do. This is what I was meant to be.
Welcome back, everyone. Sunny day here in Marion, Indiana. Jonathan Mathis, Janae Gibson, our whole crew. WIWU TV, Nathan Johnson, Paul Crisp, Jacob Daniel, Joel Okafor, Elijah Ratliff, Logan Fulton, Daniel McMurray, Evan Maxwell, and Jalen Brown. He's in right field. We're high above home plate. No score yet. Indiana Wesleyan had 2 runners on last inning. Oregon Tech did the same thing in the first. Here's a throw over to first, and beating out the throw is Maddie DeVerna. Bring up Shayna Ige, her first start of this opening round action. Here's the wheels, Janae.
Great hustle, great hustle down that base pass. But we go back to that top half of the second inning. We talked about it earlier about IWU leaving runners stranded. And that's happened again that past inning, and those are, again, things that they need to clean up in order to stay competitive here in this game against Oregon Tech.
See another sacrifice bunt. Oregon Tech has been masters of the small ball approach this whole tournament so far. J.C. Conklin will step in, the catcher.
Yeah, I do that every time. See something all the way through. Anything hit hard to this side, you got to see it through.
Ridge misses inside twice. J.C. Conklin playing an excellent, catching. She's been catching very well, I should say. 1 for 6 on this tournament. 1 for 7 and a diving play by Trinity Medina.
And Medina's been active over there this entire tournament. I think that's her second layout for a snag, and then she had another one. If I recall, fielding it deep in the hole and making a play.
Both coaches. Here's a replay of that diving play. Nice grab by Trinity at second. Bailey Weisskiver, Roseburg, Oregon. Junior. First pitch swinging, there's a gap. Diving, not making the play, all the way to the wall. DeVerna, I should say, scores. Diving back into second safely is Weisskiver. It is 1-0 Oregon Tech. That is just the third extra base hit Oregon Tech has had this tournament. Here's what it looked like.
Great effort there by Boyer. I love that effort because this is a game where they're not guaranteed the next one, and so you've got to be able to give it all. Every at bat, every hit, every fielding opportunity, you have to lay out and give it your all, and that's what she did there, and just missing that diving play.
See, subbing back in is Olivia Wesleyan. She is on second now. Bailey Weisskiver did her job. First pitch swinging by Kiana Brown, rounding third, coming home, left lane, and she's going to score. 2-0 Oregon Tech. These have been the relative big innings for Oregon Tech, getting a couple, and they've, so far this whole tournament, it seems like any time a team is able to get a couple runs in an inning, it's been hard to come back from, and that's something Indiana Wesleyan has to get out of this, and they need to get their bats going. Stranding 3 more runners, 24 so far this tournament, has not helped things. Wristed into the gap, diving by Medina, and the ball will roll into the outfield, and it's another hit for McKenna Armentrout. And the train keeps rolling for Oregon Tech. This next batter is one who can blow things wide open. Allie Graham, 2-time Conference Player of the Year, batting .425 on the season with 85 hits. 19 doubles, 11 home runs, 53 RBIs. Ridge can't be too careful because Dre Sotelo behind her also has power.
These are situations here that what make Graham the player of the year. When runners in scoring position, big opportunity. See if she can come through here.
Just misses on the outside. Four years straight, Oregon Tech, or 5 years straight now. It's played in this opening round final. Last four, they haven't made it through. A big swing here would greatly help their chances. The 2-2.
Runners should be on the move here. Full count, 2 outs. Get a little head start.
Lifted into left, playable on the run, no catch made. Another run in, and it is 3-0. It's a replay of it.
Looks like it's just off the tip of Williams' glove.
Those are the plays you have to make, and Oregon Tech heads up base running by Kiana Brown. Gets a third run, runner is still in the corners, 2 outs. Dre Sotelo, who walked last time. This is on the outside. (2-0) the count. (3-0) the count. Oregon Tech very close to batting around here in the second. Sierra Barkus is the only owl not to have batted this inning. She's on deck. Sotelo walks, bases loaded. Second at bat in a row where Sotelo's got the free pass over to first. Graham on second, Armentrout on third. Barkus will be stepping up, and a new pitcher will be coming in. We're gonna step away as she warms up here on WIWU TV. Oregon Tech.
Do I really want to step into something that's not safe? Do I really want to do something that's uncertain?
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
The biggest communication problem is that we do not listen to understand, we listen to respond.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key.
It's Kappa. There we go. There we go. Tries it actually works. Now I can maybe actually get some. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key. The Crossroads of Life brings people together, and that's what we try to do here each week.
Thanks for watching, everyone. So long.
Welcome back, everyone. Fans, don't forget to visit IWUWildcats.com and check out the Tournament Central page. Fans can enjoy pictures of all the teams and post-game interviews with all the coaches. There's a ton for you to see, so check out the Tournament Central page at IWUWildcats.com. Our team here has been very diligently documenting everything, getting those interviews, clips, scores, Game write-ups, photos of all the teams. And in a tough situation walks Addie Benham, who had been the designated player, fires a strike. Benham, the sophomore, has been the Wildcats' best pitcher this tournament. And this one's high and wide and breaking for home, 4-0.
That's tough there. Those are things you hate to see it happen, but when you call, it's tough for a catcher. You call one pitch and then the ball goes in a complete opposite direction. It's hard to catch back up with it. So unfortunate miss there.
This one, Barkas will drive in another, make it 2 all the way to the wall. It's 6-0. Barkas still running and now stopping with a 2 RBI double. And the Hustling Owls have batted around. Maddie DeVerna, who started all this off with a single to lead off the second inning. Here's a replay of this hit. It's about the worst spot for the left fielder. And unlike previous days where the grass was wet, or at least damp, that slows up the ball. It's been drying out. It's a much quicker outfield than it has been the last couple days. Dribbles in. 1-1 the count to DeVerna. Maddie DeVerna, including her hit earlier this inning, is 4 of 7 with 3 RBIs, and she has another opportunity on second. Foul. The first real display of Oregon Tech's flexing their offensive muscle. They've scored 8 runs in this tournament before this game. They got 6 here in the second.
Up there by Worley, keeping that ball out down in front of her.
The 2-2. This is outside. On deck, Shayna Ige, way down to sacrifice. First out of this inning. That's foul. That bunt was to move DeVerna over to second. And my, how so much has changed since. The winner of this game will get a trip to Springfield, Missouri for the 39th NAIA Softball World Series, May 23rd to the 29th. It's at Killian Sports Complex in Springfield. Oregon Tech just has to win this one game. Indiana Wesleyan has to win this and another. Underneath it, making the catch. And that ends the inning. But a devastating inning for Indiana Wesleyan. Oregon Tech gets 6 and they lead 6-0.
It's Kappa. There we go.
It's faster than you think.
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
Maybe this is what I'm wired to do. This is what I was meant to be.
Welcome to the top of the third, everyone. Here's the situation for Indiana Wesleyan. They have to get busy. They have 5 innings to get at least 6 runs. And that's assuming they're able to stop Oregon Tech. And all they're facing is her, Sarah Abramson, the best player in the tournament thus far. 22 strikeouts. The task is tall, and Trinity Medina will lead off the inning and at the top of the order for the Wildcats. Looking to buck that trend. The 1-0. Elsewhere in the NAIA, there are, including these two, 20 teams vying for spots in the NAIA World Series. In Columbia, Missouri, Columbia and Valley City State from North Dakota are playing each other. In Dodge City, Kansas, Science and Arts from Oklahoma, and Houston, Victoria down in Texas. Springfield, Missouri, the site of this World Series, Marion University from Indianapolis, and Crossroads rival with Indiana Wesleyan is playing Baker from Kansas. This one up the middle, easily playable by DeVerna.
Great.
One away in the top of the third.
Great cut there by Medina, just hit it right to her. Those are the types of swings, that's the type of contact the Wildcats need headed forward.
Kira Madel flew out to left field her last time up. Got a lot of this one. Right side. Making the catch is Shayna Ige. 2 quick outs in the third. Good swing, but not enough on it.
Right, these first 2 at-bats by Medina and Madel were encouraging. Everything's kind of been softly hit so far, and they really bruised that ball right to the defense, but that's what they need.
Elsewhere in the NAIA, down in Lawrenceville, Georgia, Georgia Gwinnett's playing Rio Grande from Ohio, and Columbia, Kentucky, Lindsey Wilson's playing Grandview from Iowa. This ball is also playable for Ige, and that retires Indiana Wesleyan in the third. No hits, no runs, 6-0 the lead for the Hustlin' Owls of Oregon Tech.
Everyone deserves a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Todos.
Decent shelter is something we all need to thrive. When a future homeowner partners with Habitat for Humanity to build or improve a home.
Build.
They build a better future for themselves and their families.
For my family.
For my family.
For my family.
Para mi familia.
Your support empowers a family to help themselves.
Help.
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 Assiste.
Your support helps another family in your community or around the world achieve strength, stability, self-reliance.
Strength.
Strength.
Fuerza.
With a little help, we all have the potential to stand on our own.
Potential.
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 Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
Welcome back, everyone. That team right there had a tremendous second inning. Oregon Tech gets 6, and they lead 6-0. And all they have to do is win this game, and a trip to Springfield, Missouri is theirs. Their 5th year of trying, getting to the final round of the final game of the opening round of the NAIA softball tournament. They haven't been able to break through, but a 6-run second doesn't hurt your cause in the slightest.
Not at all, and you just mentioned it, how they've been trying to get to that World Series, and if they keep this up, they might be able to get that monkey off their back.
Shayna Ige, J.C. Conklin, and Olivia Leflane first up for Oregon Tech in the third. Ige has yet to record an official at bat, actually. She's appeared as a pinch runner in 1 game. She laid down a sac bunt last inning. So she walks or something. Gets hit by a pitch. She can continue that streak. she's well on her way. On the season, Ige batting .291 in her senior year. Psychology major, 32 hits, 20 RBIs, and a walk. So Ige still yet to record an actual at-bat, but she's been on base twice. Now bring up JC Conklin. Catcher popped up to second base her last time up. The year, Conklin batting .293 with a homer and 15 RBIs. Showing bunt, laying it down. It's a good one. Brown to first, wild throw, and they're safe, and Ige is on to third. And in situations like this, Janae, you can't, if you're Indiana Wesleyan, you can't have mistakes in the field.
No, you can't. And you can just kind of tell after that last big inning by the Owls, it kind of took the wind out of the sails of the Wildcats.
Here's a replay.
And it's tough to bounce back from those moments, but there's no time to sulk, and they just need to keep pressing forward because they still have an opportunity here to come back.
This ball is high to the left lane. An error on the first baseman, Kinsey Brown. As runners on the corners, no outs. Now 1-1 count to the left lane as Addie Benham trying to stop the bleeding. And a bunt. Benham to first. And she's safe. Well, there's a hit. Bases loaded, no outs. Top of the order for Kiana Brown, who is 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored.
This is just a time for the coach to bring the girls in. Here's replay, that bunt. Got some wheels heading down there. That's a tough play for a lefty. She has to do Burnham has to do a complete turn
That's close.
before.
I think she's safe.
Turn before making that play, but this is just a time to. This meeting is good, just to kind of get everyone back on the same page, relax, not get overworked up over the situation.
Everyone down, Kiana Brown, a transfer from Northwest Nazarene. That's the exact same school that the current basketball coach, Justin Parnell, once transferred to Oregon Tech from. All-CC first teamer, Gold Glove second baseman. She made the All-CCC second team last year. One of 2 Oregon Tech Owls to have that honor. Being a second teamer last year, first teamer this year. In case you're wondering, Sarah Abramson was the other one. It's a 1-1 count for Kiana Brown. She entered this game 0 for 6 for the tournament. She's now changed that. She's now 2 for 8. Looking for hit number 3. Up next, McKenna Armentrout. Allie Graham, Dre Sotelo. Hammered foul.
Looks like the Wildcats might have Hannah Miller warming up there in the bullpen.
Stepping on the bag, the throw high and down and out at the plate. So the lead runner cut down, and I believe Conklin as well. Although there's some confusion with this.
Did they get the double? Here's the replay.
She's
touch.
Should have to. And there's a double play not even the old-fashioned way. I don't know what way that is.
The Wildcat way.
Apparently. It's the Sydney Lowe double play. What a great play, actually. For Sydney Lowe, very heads-up play, stepping on the bag. Throw over to first, and we're out of the inning. A great opportunity for Oregon Tech to pile on, comes up to no avail. 6-0 going to the fourth.
Where is America's premier agricultural theme park? It's a family-friendly gem. Agritourism the way it should be. It's Fair Oaks Farms, where kids of all ages learn about 21st century farming while having fun. Where else can you get ice cream made with fresh from the cow milk, climb a 25-foot milk carton, or see a cute little piglet minutes after it's born? Utterly close to farming. That's honest to goodness Indiana. Start exploring at visitindiana.com/fairoaks.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above-knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Welcome back, everyone. Beautiful day here in Marion, Indiana, at Indiana Wesleyan University. I'm going to show you around our field to who's doing the yeoman's work out in the sun. They endured the rain earlier. This is Logan Fulton at first base. Hey, Logan. She's a trooper. She's had many foul balls hit at her. At the plate is Addie Benham, the current pitcher. She lifts one, caught by Olivia Leflane in left field.
And we're just hitting right to those Owl defenders, but great contact there by Benham.
Now up, Mackenzie Brown. First baseman, Texan. Popped up to third, back in the second. On this tournament, she is 3 for 11. She's got a triple, she's got a double, 2 RBIs, a walk. She is counting in her favor. This is for Indiana Wesleyan. Got to start chipping away. This is the middle inning of 7. Wildcats need those base runners and start. You don't have to get 6 back. That would help. Probably impossible against Sarah Abramson. There's the lead, and there's not a leadoff walk, but a 1-out walk for Mackenzie Brown. Brings up Rebecca Schrad, who's one of the 2 strikeout victims of Sarah Abramson today. Abramson well off of her scorching strikeout pace she had the first 2 days. Schrad. And here's the 0-1. Wristed, foul. Just out of the reach of the diving Armentrout. That's kind of been the story of the offense for Indiana Wesleyan. Really, these 4 games now, not getting much power on their swings.
It has been, and with them having the reputation of a good hitting team, it's kind of not only frustrating to see them struggle, but also I know it for batter, it's frustrating because you know this just isn't you, but it's hard to, you got to give credit to Abramson though. She's, like you said, she's probably the MVP of the tournament. She pitches very well. credit to her for making the Wildcats struggle a little bit at bat.
There is one hit on the scoreboard for Indiana Wesleyan, and that hit was delivered by this young lady, Victoria Boyer. A 1-1 count to Boyer. Kinsey Brown on first by the walk. Her second walk of this opening round. Boyer is now behind Abramson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Top of the 4th. Lifted. What a play by Left Lane in left field. She's had several doozies this game. Maybe none better. Not the most graceful, but it's 6-0 Oregon Tech. And we're going to keep it here during this little inning break because we showed you Logan Fulton in first base side, but we're going to show you more. There she is again. Just leave it here the whole time. Here's Elijah Ratliff on the lift. That's over to my right. He's like at my, what is that, 5 o'clock, I think? But he's got the bird's eye view over everyone. And Jalen Brown in right field, hanging out, showing the guns.
Flexing, I like it.
This is good flexing weather and working on the suntan.
Like we say, sun's
Just
out, guns
catching
out.
the worms. Danny McMurray at third base, sitting on the, what is that, a ladder? He's doing well. He directed one of the games. Hiding behind the outfield wall in center field is Evan Maxwell. He's very tall. That fence is not small, but Evan can peek over it, and he's done a great job getting the bird's eye, or not the bird's eye view, but the full view. That's kind of his work right there. I'm going to thank all of our cameramen. They've been doing a great job. We've had a steady crew, and even back in the truck, Nathan Johnson, our director, working the graphics, Paul Crisp, doing replays, Jacob Daniel, and audio, and part-time cameraman Joel Okafor. He's done a little bit of everything. So they've all done a tremendous job, made Janae's and my position much, much easier.
Yes, indeed.
Now bottom of the 4th, it's Allie Graham. Oh, here's the truck. You can see him right there. You just have to look right through it. If you squint, you can see him. You don't have to squint hard to see this. Graham gets it under low. Shrad to first, out. One out, bottom of the 4th.
Low kind of slowed that ball down there for Shrad, but Shrad was ready to go and punches her out at first base.
Yeah, she kind of olayed it.
Yes, she did.
Replay. Nope.
Ooh. Close one.
That's a close one. And out, Dre Sotelo, who's walked twice. No at-bat yet in this game. Dre has been a force for Oregon Tech. Andrea to her family.
Andrea.
Andrea, that's her first name. Dre to you and me. Swing and a miss. It's a big pitch for Addie Benham. The 1-2. Here's another replay. This is a throw over. How close was this? Oh.
Did she get her front?
That was
her
very,
big toe?
very close. Very close. Shrad, who's going to catch it? It will be center fielder Kira Madel.
Great job there by Madel coming in. It's a tougher play for Shrad to make, running back. Madel took control, took command, called her off. Great communication there by those two.
I think our Boys in the truck for that replay. Graham has a case, obviously. But 2 outs. Sierra Barkis. A nice play on the run by Madel. Should have another shot at it. And another out, and that will do it for the Oregon Tech 4th. 6-0 the score. Indiana Wesleyan has 3 innings to save their season. Next on WIWU TV.
It's Kappa. There we go.
It's faster than you think.
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
Maybe this is what I'm wired to do. This is what I was meant to be.
Welcome back, everyone. Top of the 5th inning. You can see zeros, 4 of them for Indiana Wesleyan, 3 of them for Oregon Tech, but that 6 is gigantic. 6-0. Oregon Tech needs a win to move on to their first World Series since 2011 when they won it all. They've been to the final game of the opening round 4 consecutive years, this being the 5th. Last 4 times they didn't get out of it. Indiana Wesleyan rival Marion was one of those 4 teams that beat them. Sydney Williams, Indiana Wesleyan needing a rally. He's down 0-1. Now down 0-2. That Indiana Wesleyan dugout, a little bit more subdued today.
It is, but I think we're starting to pick it back up. We got some fun hats and dancing's picking up.
Got a lay. It's the 0-2. Outside. Abramson rocking the lily flower. Sunflower.
So I think it's the sunflower. I think it is. Perfect day for the sunny day.
I don't know my flowers very well. I hope that is not held against me. Swing and a miss by not Williams, but Michaela Lovelace. Four strikeouts for Sarah Abramson. Sydney Lowe is one of those previous victims. She struck out in the 2nd. She begins this at bat, the foul ball. She is hitless on the tournament. Lowe was brought in a critical juncture back early in the 2nd inning. At the top of the 2nd, 2 runners were on for Indiana Wesleyan, looking to get on the scoreboard first. Lowe struck out. And then Oregon Tech proceeded to reel off 6 runs in that very inning.
Tough inning there. When you can bat around, that's never good for a defense, but really good for an offense.
The 0-2. Barely misses. That was close.
It was.
Barely missed.
Thought the catcher did a good job framing that, make it look pretty.
Conklin has done a tremendous job behind the plate this tournament. One out, 2-2. Sydney Lowe. For 6, 0 for the tournament. How's this one off?
Good battle here by Lowe in this at bat. staying within herself, not chasing Abrams up and away. She's trying to get her to chase. See if she tries to do that again here.
She got under it. Center field, DeVerna. 2 away in the top of the 5th. Back to the top of the order, Trinity Medina 0 for 1 today with a fly out to center field and a walk. Strike on the outside. 7 innings is the length of these games. Indiana Wesleyan surely wishes they had plenty more.
Be ready, we're gonna stay there.
2 outs, 0-2 count to Medina. Medina, no stranger to working counts. Leads the team in walks. She's also second in strikeouts. Very patient batter. She fouls this one off into the Wildcat dugout.
You notice Medina when she holds her bat, she chokes up a little bit because she crowds that plate so much. It helps her to be able to get through on that inside pitch. She's trying to shorten the length of her bat.
Off another. Seen last at bat, Sydney Lowe was a great battle by the Wildcats. This another one by Trinity Medina. Diving grab left lane. She has plenty of grass stains and gets another one. That does it for the Wildcats in the 5th. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. 6-0 our score in favor of Oregon Tech.
It's capping.
It's capping. There we go.
It's faster than you think.
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
Maybe this is what I'm wired to do. This is what I was meant to be.
Bottom of the 5th, Oregon Tech 6-0. 7 hits is all they needed. Here's this last out. Olivia Leflane, defensive player of the game.
It was kind of, is that like rock stars? You know how they would like slide in?
Just like that.
That's what it felt like.
Defensive substitution. Aubrey Eckhart back in at 3rd in place of Sydney Lowe. Chopped over. Schrad to first, Brown, and 1 out. Bring up Shayna Ige. JC Conklin will be behind her. Ige, the Hawaiian. This is an early game out there. For our friends in Hawaii who tuned in, thank you very much. So that is an early morning, and we appreciate you doing so, just like our friends in Klamath Falls, Oregon, and all around Oregon. Really, anybody anybody anywhere tuning in to check this game at whatever time, delayed or live, thank you for doing so. Liner, nice grab by Trinity Medina. 2 outs. The pinch hitter will step in, Shelby Hotchkiss, junior from Tucson, Arizona. Here's a replay of this grab, Janae.
Her little vertical that she has there. She's had a lot of action over there at second base. She's done a fantastic job this tournament.
Good strike. Benham battling back. Since having to come on in relief in the second, Benham has been brilliant. You know what time it was in Hawaii when this game started?
I don't.
5.
5. That was an early morning then.
So, while we appreciate everybody for tuning in, anyone in Hawaii, Gold Star. Speaking of which, Trinity Medina in second base retrieves another. We go to the top of the 6th. It's getting late for Indiana Wesleyan. They need 6 runs.
Do I really want to step into something that's not safe? Do I really want to do something that's uncertain?
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
The biggest communication problem is that we do not listen to understand, we listen to respond.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key.
It's Kappa. There we go. There we go.
Tries it actually works. Now I can maybe actually get some points. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key. The Crossroads of Life brings people together, and that's what we try to do here each week.
Thanks for watching, everyone. So long.
Welcome to the top of the 6th inning. Indiana Wesleyan is stranded 4. Oregon Tech is stranded 5, but they've scored 6 of them. And there's that 6-run lead, and if any part in the order to be coming up needing to make a rally, here it is. Kira Madel, Miranda Worley, Addie Benham. Even with Benham being 0 for the tournament, he's got power. Worley's hit a home run. Madel wrist 1, 2. Sierra Barkis. And there's a quick out. So I guess there's really 2 approaches you can have to batting, aggressive or patient.
Yeah, it depends on how jittery you are, I guess. For me, anything that I saw coming at me, I was swinging at. Probably not a very good approach.
It depends. This one to Barkis, 8 her up. And Worley's on.
Barkis took that one right off the clavicle.
That one hurts. So Addie Benham. This would be a great time for a first hit of the tournament.
It would indeed.
This is fouled off. Say that was a hit. I'll say it's a hit. Fouled back. It's outside. Working the count, Addie Benham. He's got Miranda Worley on first. Wesleyan had a runner on second once this game. Benham goes down looking. Kinsey Brown. 0 for 1 with a walk. Popped up to third base, her first time up. Two outs, 1-1 count. Hit well, center field, back, and a wonderful grab by DeVerna. The outfield of Oregon Tech has been fantastic this afternoon, and they preserve a 6-0 lead going to the bottom of the sixth.
It's Kappa. There we go.
It's faster than you think.
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
Maybe this is what I'm wired to do. This is what I was meant to be.
One big inning back in the second has been the difference. Oregon Tech 6, Indiana Wesleyan nothing. Indiana Wesleyan out hit 7-2. Committed an error. And where Indiana Wesleyan not dull on defense, if we're referencing sharp objects, but not as razor sharp as Oregon Tech has been. Their outfield, especially Olivia Lethlein and Maddie DeVerna in center field, has just been a black hole.
Yes, they have. They've been covering tons of ground and any great contact the Wildcats have. They're on their horses and they're snagging now any opportunity that.
And here is Lethlein, the righty. First pitch foul. So the situation is this: Oregon Tech has a gigantic lead. This is the most runs they've scored against anyone this tournament. Indiana Wesleyan has 3 outs to get 6 runs. And so far they're being 2 hit. Swing and a miss by Lethlein. Just Sarah Abramson has been dominant today. And right now she's sitting waiting in the dugout.
And also, not only has she been dominant, but she's got to give a lot of credit to her defense behind her.
This is a little bit different than her performance in the first 2 games where she was just overpowering teams. She's got a lot of swinging outs in that sense where players put the ball in play and her defense has come through. Good 1-2. Here's Olivia. 2 other Cascade teams are playing currently, or will be in about an hour's time for chances to go to the World Series. College of Idaho and Southern Oregon are both playing. One other Crossroads League team, that's Marion. It's a 2-2 count for left lane. Hard to play a better left field than what she has done today. Skies it. Eckert. 1 out. Up to the top of the order, Kiana Brown, who's had a really good day. Been at bat 3 times, been on base 3 times, 2 hits, 1 fielder's choice. She's played a great second base this tournament.
She really has, and she really has been helped not only on the defensive end, but offensively too. There's a lot of power in her bat. We saw that as she started out the game with that rope to center field. Almost, I think it hit the fence.
Led off the game with a double. Will let off her half of the first. Skies this one under its middle. 2 outs in the 6th. Bring up McKenna Armentrout. Klamath Falls, Oregon. She was the one, I think, who impressed Janae the most with her distance running ability.
Oh, yeah.
And baseball, and well, softball. Does a little bit of everything. Grounds this one over to third, Eckert to first. And here we go, folks. For Indiana Wesleyan, it's all down to this, the top of the 7th. They need 6.
Everyone deserves a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Todos.
Decent shelter is something we all need to thrive. When a future homeowner partners with Habitat for Humanity to build or improve a home,
Build.
they build a better future for themselves and their families.
For my family.
For my family.
For my family. Para mi familia.
Your support empowers a family to help themselves.
Help.
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 Assiste.
Your support helps another family in your community or around the world achieve strength, stability, self-reliance.
Strength.
Strength.
Fuerza.
With a little help, we all have the potential to stand on our own.
Potential.
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 Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
Oregon Tech is 3 outs away from the NAIA Softball World Series. Indiana Wesleyan has 3 outs left in their season if they can't get 6 runs. So far, Sarah Abramson has pitched a shutout. She's allowed 1 earned this opening round. And Rebecca Schrad begins this count. 1 ball, no strike, lifts this one right center, ranging over Ige. And there's 1 out. Oregon Tech 2 outs away. Victoria Boyer. One of the 2 hits today for the Wildcats. He is 1 for 2, lifts this one left lane. She's a magnet. And now the Hustling Owls are 1 out away. Comes down to Michaela Lovelace. Michaela 1 for 6 in this tournament. Slaps it foul. The 0-1. Just misses on the outside. Two one. It's a dribbler. Sierra Barkis to first. Not in time. Loveless aboard. We're going to see what machinations Coach Steve Babinski comes up with. He will be taking the at-bat. Here's a replay. The wheels of Michaela Loveless.
Loveless is keeping the Wildcats' hopes alive with that.
The batter will be Hannah Miller. Freshman from Rockford, Michigan.
Michigan native, I like it. I'm originally from Michigan, so.
Okay, you got a kinship with her.
Yeah.
Batting .236, and she swings and misses on the first one. Indiana Wesleyan down to their last strike. Another accurate fastball from Abramson, and that'll do it. Unless Miller has something to say about it. Swing and a miss, and a fitting end for Oregon Tech. Sarah Abramson has pitched the Husky Owls for the World Series. There is Oregon Tech. Good sportsmanship between the two. They'll go to their prayer circle. Sarah Abramson, the sunflower in her hair. She wasn't perfect today, but she might as well have been. Here's that final out. The way she pitched, Janae, can't have a better ending.
No, she's definitely deserving, and so is the Oregon Tech Owls. They played really well this tournament.
We're going to step away, and when we come back, we'll have an interview on the field with Coach Greg Stewart of Oregon Tech, and we'll see who else we can grab. But Oregon Tech victorious today, 6-0 over Indiana Wesleyan.
Where is America's premier agricultural theme park? It's a family-friendly gem. Agritourism the way it should be. It's Fair Oaks Farms, where kids of all ages learn about 21st century farming while having fun. Where else can you get ice cream made with fresh from the cow milk? Climb a 25-foot milk carton, or see a cute little piglet minutes after it's born. Utterly close to farming. That's honest to goodness Indiana. Start exploring at visitindiana.com/fairoaks.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
It's Kappa. There we go.
It's faster than you think. Wow.
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
Maybe this is what I'm wired to do. This is what I was meant to be.
Well, Coach Greg Stewart just got very, very wet. We're down on the field with him, and it's well-deserved. Greg, congratulations. How's it feel to go back to Missouri? Probably pretty wet.
Well, I tell you, it's a great feeling. I'm really proud of this group of kids over here. You know, they've just continued to fight and battle all year long and execute when, you know, the game was on the line. And obviously, you know, hats off to Indiana Wesleyan over there. They got a great ball club, and their pitchers did a good job through 6 innings. We were just fortunate to get a bunch of big 2-out hits there in that bottom of the third and score 6 runs.
Seemed like small ball had been a strong approach for your girls this whole tournament, and came through especially in that 2nd inning. We're going to talk about that, just the resiliency in the offense and the steadiness that the Hustling Owls had.
I appreciate that. Well, you know, a lot of times it just comes down to all of our all the players on this team knowing that at any given moment, you know, they could be called upon to get a big hit or make that play. And, you know, I got to give Bailey Weisskiver a lot of credit coming into a big 2-out clutch situation and getting us started with that double. And then, you know, we were off and rolling. But, yeah, really it just comes down to the mentality that these kids have. And we got a lot of senior leadership.
And also leadership on the mound. Sarah Abramson was stellar this tournament. We were saying in the box, if she's not the most valuable player, the most outstanding player, we don't know who is. But her performance today and this tournament, couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah, she stepped up and really became a big-time pitcher at the right time for us. You know, as a sophomore, she's grown so much. She's worked so hard the last year and a half on getting better, and obviously it was evident, and she proved that today. And goes without saying that J.C. Conklin behind the plate called 3 great games in a row for us.
Then lastly, here in Indiana, going to Missouri in not too long. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, we are. I mean, this is exciting times for us, and you know, we got some things to change with our itinerary and work around to go from Indiana straight to Missouri, so we'll be working on that today. But yeah, I'm just blessed. I mean, you know, this is a great group of kids. Oregon Tech is a great university. Appreciate all the support we get back home, and you know, with our administration. And I want to say hi to my family right now, and a lot of them who I'm going to see next week. So we're coming to Missouri to see you guys.
Excellent. Well, congratulations again. We're going to throw it to break, but we're going to break this down up in the box. But congratulations. All right, talk to you guys soon in a second.
Do I really want to step into something that's not safe? Do I really want to do something that's uncertain?
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
The biggest communication problem is that we do not listen to understand. We listen to respond.
again, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key.
It's Kappa. There we go. There we go.
Tries it actually works. Now I can maybe actually get some. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key. The Crossroads of Life brings people together, and that's what we try to do here each week.
Thanks for watching, everyone. So long.
Welcome back, everyone. Marion, Indiana, Indiana Wesleyan University, and you see that little puddle? That was where I was and Greg Stewart was, and he got doused. And I can tell you, Janae, that victory feels very cold, and it feels wet. It got me a little bit.
Got you.
But it feels great for Oregon Tech. Long time coming for them.
Yeah, and I'm excited for them. We've been mentioning it the whole tournament that they've been here frequently in this championship game, but just didn't quite have what it took to get over the hump. And today they did, and so, like we say, got the monkey off their back. And I just think best of luck to them as they head off to Missouri.
And if you look at this box score, a bunch of zeros everywhere on it except for that second inning.
Mm-hmm.
And we were looking at it as it happened, and this can be one of those moments where this tournament so far, for whatever reason, big innings have been hard to come back from. And I guess normally they are, but it just feels compounded with the pressure of a tournament.
Right, and it is daunting when you see 6 runs and you're going, holy cow, we haven't had that at all this entire tournament. So for the Wildcats, that is a daunting task to take on. But we talk about these are 2 very good teams, and just one slippage, you think that second inning kind of busted things open, because after that, Burnham came in and she pitched a pretty good game and held them to no runs. So it's just like that one inning that you wish you could have back, but yeah, that's the game of softball.
And also one of the big things was that we asked Greg about on the field, and I asked you, but the performance from Sarah Abramson was fantastic. It wasn't just that they scored 6 runs, but she didn't allow anyone, and her defense behind her was tremendous.
Right, and she had been dominating the first 2 games, had 10 strikeouts apiece, but today her pitches weren't, she wasn't as dominating, so to speak, with swing and miss, but credit to her defense. Any solid hit that the Wildcats had, they were tracking that ball down. So, but kudos to her, because she had a phenomenal tournament.
So what's next for Oregon Tech is a trip to Springfield, Missouri for the 39th annual NAIA Softball World Series. As we just said, it's a long time coming. You can see them. Here is the replay. That's me. Get out of the way. Very cat-like. Greg Stewart did not see that coming.
Not so quack.
You know, from that angle, it was really telegraphed. Well, we want to be able to thank you, Janae.
Well, thank you. It's been a blast these last 3 days.
It has been. We're now Facebook friends.
We're Facebook official.
That is what NAIA softball tournaments can do. Bring people together, and it's going to take Oregon Tech to the World Series. And we want to thank all of our whole crew. Now, very ungracefully, I'm going to look away from the camera and read off my phone just to get everybody on it. On the cameras, we had Elijah Ratliff. On the left, first base, Logan Fulton. Third base, Daniel McMurray. Center field, Evan Maxwell. And right field, Jalen Brown. Handling the audio was Joel Okafor. Replays by Jacob Daniel. Graphics, Paul Crisp. Our director was Nathan Johnson. I want to thank Steve Gidley, who is behind us. He organized all of this, the sports information director, especially for softball. And he was very graceful. He's right back there. Over there. Yes, I do. Black shirt.
Pop your head in, Steven. Oh, there he is.
And on behalf of Janae and myself, Jonathan Mathis, thank you for joining us, everyone. For Oregon Tech, have a safe trip to Missouri, and good luck in the World Series. For Indiana Wesleyan, it's a close to a very good season, a strong season. Got to a place where most teams don't get to, the NAIA softball tournament. And best luck next year. A very young team the Wildcats have. A lot of good things ahead. But until then, everyone, thank you for joining us. From Marion, Indiana, we're signing off. So long from WIWU TV.